if we rely solely on our own capabilities, we're going to be very sorry indeed when the time comes to gather European, Middle Eastern, and Asian support for a tough stance against a future North Korea or a future Iraq. Proliferation cannot be fought all alone.
If there is one area where the U.S. finds itself completely isolated in Europe, it is the death penalty.
Do you feel like the champion of the death penalty?
Europeans have a growing abhorrence for the number of executions in the U.S., and President Bush was sure to hear about it today, one day after Timothy McVeigh was put to death.
Democracies debate issues. Democracies represent the will of the people. The death penalty is the will of the people in the United States.
George Bush must have known Europeans were going to give him a rough ride. Before he had completed his first full day in the White House, Britain's popular press suggested this was a president who couldn't find Europe without a map. But Europeans also remember that back in 1980, they criticized Americans for putting another plain-speaking Republican in the White House, and that Ronald Reagan proved them wrong. Only this time, the political landscape in Europe has changed.
Ronald Reagan had in Britain Margaret Thatcher, and in Germany Chancellor Kohl. These were ideological soulmates. These were people that he could rely on, kind of people who filled in the intellectual gaps in his coloring book, if you like. George W. hasn't got that.
President Bush will learn on his first trip to Europe that he has a lot to prove to Europeans. They are worried and skeptical about what they have heard, but they know he's President of the United States. They want to be on good terms.
That's what's playing at the moment in Europe, and that's why I think it's so important that we get the first-hand sighting of him to get an impression of what he's really like. I'm sure it's not anything like as bad as the image that was playing here this time a year ago, and it can only improve, and I suspect it will.
Still ahead on the presidential agenda, a visit to NATO headquarters, a get-together with all the leaders of the European Union, and a potentially delicate meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. He had some explaining to do today, but President Bush knows the hard part of this trip is still to come. I'm Richard Gisbert for Nightline in London.
In the coming days, the president will face demonstrations, angry allies, and heated criticism of his policies.
We are the bridge across the Atlantic. I think that bridge is about to be broken.
The views from London, Paris, and Moscow when we come back.
This is ABC News Nightline, brought to you by the Home Depot.
The Home Depot is driving down the cost of home improvement. The difference between men and boys, where you get their toys. The Home Depot is full of toys Dad will love for Father's Day. Like this Ryobi cordless drill kit for $39.97, this Charbroil quick set grill for just $139, this rigid wet-dry vac with detachable blower for just $99. Or let Dad choose with a Home Depot gift card. Father's Day is Sunday, and you'll find the perfect gift at the Home Depot.
Dear Relieve, arthritis pain made it hard to run my business. Even a knee operation didn't stop all the pain. Extra strength Tylenol quit after a few hours, and the grinding pain returned. Maybe if I were a pharmacist, I'd have known about Aleve. I tried it, and now I'm pain-free all day.
2 Aleve can stop pain all day. It would take 8 Tylenol to do that.
You work miracles. Thanks, Aleve.
Aleve is the #1 pharmacist recommendation for arthritis pain, now with an easy open cap.
You're on camera.
You mean right now?
At all times.
Welcome to the Beast, Alice.
The Beast, series premiere Wednesday, 10/9 Central on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
There are a lot of sedans out there, one pretty much like the other. But only one has the 222 horsepower engine, called maybe the best V6 engine ever. Nissan.
It is hot. Bob, turn up the...